Hey YouTube, it's your boy Widgie here, and in this video we're going to be looking at the first 5 minutes for the British civilization, one of the strongest civilizations in the game at the moment, and I thought I'd give you guys the rundown on your first 5 minutes. So let's get into it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the first 5 minutes, just want to get your attention on this deck right here, the 1v1 land deck. This is what we're going to be using. I recommend you pretty much use this all the time. If you really want to commit something to water, or if you think your opponent is going to, of course, there is a slight anti-water deck variation here. This is 1v1 supremacy only. This is not for teams. This is not for treaty. That is all I need to say on the matter. And without further ado, let's go ahead and unpause, and off we go. So we're going to be gathering those crates up, and we're going to be using our explorer to scout and explore. We're not going to be gathering any treasures on this guide. We're going to be doing without treasures. We're going to get one villager here to start herding, immediately queue up a villager, and we want 2 villagers to put some houses down. We want to put 2 manor houses down. And we want to try and work on our herding here. We've got 2 herds very close to us. Quite unusual. Normally you'll just have one, and you'll need to sort it out in transition. I'm going to use another villager here to herd even better. I'm going to do a little bit of messing around here. There you go. Also, try and make sure when you're building the manor house, try and actually rally the manor house. I actually forgot to do that. We really need to just continue with killing a couple of huntables here. Make sure you have about 4 dead if you can, and make sure you got some villagers over them, so that we sort out the distribution here. You don't want to have too many villagers just on one. It's not ideal. So you want to try and spread it out if you can. If you can try and micro your huntables a little bit to be as efficient as possible, that's always good. Right, so that's pretty much it. We're just going to be making villagers, and we want to age up on 16, ladies and gentlemen, which means that we want to be using our first card, which is 3 settlers. So we kind of want to just leave it here, really, and hopefully we'll have enough. Now, sometimes we won't, because we're not getting any treasures at the moment, obviously. So that is problematic in itself. And we're going to be getting those villagers in. And you can see this one's starting to decay. Ready? Going to move a couple over there, just like that. Just a little bit. Garrisoning trick, I really recommend you do it. I think I got a YouTube short on the garrison trick. But yeah, I would highly recommend it. Okay, now we're not going to make any more villagers now. That's it. Looking pretty dire. But as long as we get to around 600 food, it's not normally worth getting another villager. And we're going to have 3 on the way now anyway. So we're just going to leave it right now. We're not going to get any more. Sometimes you might want to get another villager, potentially. But we are getting ready now. 2 minutes 40. Very close. And we're going to be aging up with the governor. Okay, pause. Here we are. 800 food. We're flashing. We're ready to... Well, hopefully you're not flashing. But the top bar is flashing. It's telling us we need to age up. So our options. We're going to be going for the governor. Now, pretty much always you want to go for the governor right now with the Brits, with the meta. It's just so good. And the reason it is because you can play a defensive or you can play an offensive style with the Brits. Most popular is offensive, where you'll put the outpost in the middle of the map. You'll drop down a racks, and you might drop down a second one, and double racks, pump, musketeers, and then maybe transition into hussars with musk and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to just be focusing on the defensive here. We're going to be putting an outpost in our base for this one, and we're going to be focusing on our herding, our eco, whilst still producing military units and getting out there on the field. So what we're going to do is we need to focus on our herdables first, and we need to have all villagers over to wood. So let's do it. Let's quickly do it. Go. Governor, age up's on. Everybody on wood. Let's get a villager over there to herd that one. Let's get a villager over there to herd that one. There we go. I'm not the best at this game, ladies and gents, by any means. You can probably notice that by how I'm playing. But I'm trying to help the masses. Okay, let's get our first manor house down. We want to get 2 of these down. And remember, always do the rally point there of the manor house. It just really helps. My explorer's under attack. And we're going to be dropping a second one down very shortly. And try and go a little bit defensive if you want to. If you're playing defensive, try and make the manor houses defensive. And we want to chop further wood here to get 200 wood, so that we can drop a Rax on the minute that we age up. We're still chopping that wood. There we go. Another villager in. Okay, so we've got another card available. 200 wood has just come in. And the next thing that we need is a market. So I forgot that. So we also have to chop for a market as well. So you've got to chop for 2 manor houses, market, and then have the wood available to drop a Rax down. That's what you need. And when you've dropped the market, we get gang saw. So we're still chopping here. We're still chopping. And we're going to drop a market right here. There it is. It's going down. Nearly got enough for that amount. And you can see we're now at 200 wood. The market is being built. We're going to start to move villagers off of wood. And we're going to be getting them solely onto food and coin. Let's do it. There we go. Move them off. Move them off. Here is the outpost. We're going to put that in a defensive position. We're going to start to improve our hunting. I can still hear somebody on that. We're going to get the gold. We're going to pick that up from the TC. We're going to improve our herding here. Let's go, let's go. There it is. And then we're going to get a Rax down. So immediately you want to get a Rax down. Let's get a Rax like here, right? And let's just improve on herding. And then you want about 4 or 5 villagers onto coin now. That's what you want. And I've just stupidly forgot to ship wood there. Been a bit late in shipping the wood, so apologies for that. But what we want to be doing is now double shipping wood. 700 wood and 600 wood. That's what we want to be doing. Yes. And still improving on our herding here. And I can't, for some reason, gather that deer anymore. That's annoying. Okay, let's just go here. Okay. And we can start queuing some musketeers. There we go. Start spending those resources. Getting those villagers in queue. And the wood's going to arrive. So let's get the wood. And then once the wood is being collected, we can start to work on our upgrades. Hunting dogs, make sure you get gang saw first. Hunting dogs, go for it.
Yes.
And
I have found so many treasures. I will exhibit gloriously the collection in the white.
There we go. Continue with musketeers. Now we've got a few musketeers here. And now this is a point where we need to make a decision on what we're doing. We're at 6 minutes now. We've gone over. Unfortunately, we've gone over. I've shown you the first 5 minutes. A lot is involved and a lot of decisions that you need to make now. You're pretty much at this point of just gathering or starting to gather your first 700 wood, and you're got your Rax down and you're deciding, what am I going to do with this wood? Well, first thing is you're probably going to want to build a couple more manor houses. You're going to want to build another military building. Now there's choices. You can build another Rax. You can go another stables if you want to start mixing in husks quite early. You can even decide if you want to start going into some longbows, which is going to use a lot of your wood. If so, you might want to start adjusting your macro so you start to move some vills back to wood. Because at the moment, we've got majority of vills on food and coin. And the reason that is we don't need to chop wood. We're getting a double wood shipment in. There's no need. We're also using some of that wood to get hunting dogs, to get steel traps, and we'll also need to get placer mines at some point as well. So try and just use your resources as best you can. Maximize your use of the resources and efficiencies, and you will do well. So there's many options you can do from here, but hopefully this has helped you on your first 5 minutes of the Brits. It's a bit of a scuffed one. Hopefully it's all right and it gives you a decent idea of what you need to do. And of course, let me know down in the comments below if you've got any recommendations, constructive criticism, anything I've missed out. It will be greatly appreciated. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one.